The year is 2005. Anakin turns to the dark side. YouTube debuts, and we couch jump for Mariah, McDreamy, and a girl with a dragon tattoo. T-minus 20. Rewind 20 years with Joe and Mel.
Week of 25 September 2005.
T-minus 20.
Hey, what do you think this is, a talk show?
T-minus 20.
It's an icebreaker. Don't judge me yet. This is bananas. Now you will come home.
20.
My question is, who approved that shit?
Do you see where this is going?
20.
Not really.
20.
Hey, remember when your phone was like a massive brick and your playlists, they didn't live anywhere near that phone. They lived on like an iPod or better yet a CD. And TV shows premiered at a specific time, weren't available on demand. Everyone had watched them all together at the same time. Well, welcome to T-minus 20. It means you're old. And we're the podcast where you rewind to exactly 20 years, dive headfirst into news, music, movies, scandals, pop culture moments that shaped everything that happened in the mid-2000s. It's a little bit sassy, but it's certainly chaotic and messy and very nostalgic with your nostalgic hosts, Joe and Mel. Hello, Mel.
Hello, this week we are rewinding to 25 September through to 1 October 2005.
Once again, Australians have been caught up in a terrorist outrage in Bali. Island night spots packed with tourists were hit in a series of bomb blasts, killing more than 25 people and injuring scores of others.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that that was in the news 20 years ago. It's unfortunate that we have to relive it this week, but we certainly need to do it justice, I think. It was a terrible tragedy that occurred over in Bali, and I think all of us were just like, we could not believe that it had happened a second time. But we've got some good sporting news this week.
He's not the race winner, but today belongs to Alonso.
Fernando Alonso. Oh, I'm such a fan.
He's
of
great,
Fernando.
isn't
Anyone who's into Formula One, Fernando Alonso. They call him the bad guy these days, but I think
had a big week 20 years ago.
he is the man. Well, this person's certainly not the man.
And I didn't want to be in the pictures, any of them.
No, that was Lynndie England speaking there. You remember the Abu Ghraib stuff where they were parading? Yes, those horrible photos.
Yeah.
She gets brought to justice this week, so we'll talk a little bit about that as well.
She does. And speaking of photographic evidence,
yes,
I do prefer the simpler times of 20 years ago when, if you went out to a club,
yeah,
photos were kind of consensual. You had some intent there because you had to bring your digital camera in your purse, squeeze it into the purse, take the photos, and then you had to dedicate a good few hours to uploading them to Facebook or MySpace or wherever it was that you wanted to put them into whatever digital album. There was a lot of effort involved.
Yes.
There was a lot of curation, and it just felt like a safer place.
It was also a world between digital and analog where some people still had film cameras.
Film cameras,
although not so much because they just, you wouldn't be taking those out to a
Take it to the chemist, and then you'd end up with a lot of pocket photos and other random photos, particularly if you're on the trip.
So I mean, and that's probably the thing that made Lynndie England definitely guilty, is because of the intent. I've probably given away the rest of that story. We'll talk about it more later, but the intent, because they've obviously gone to such effort to upload said photos, and it's not as simple as just automatically going to the cloud or Bluetooth or anything like that. You have to insert cards or firewire cables or all of that sort of rubbish.
Straight to social media. And without your own consent too. It could be anybody doing anything and uploading you to their social media, and you could go viral for like picking your nose or something.
I've said it before, Mel. I'm so lucky that, my formative years were formed away from social media. It didn't exist at the same time. It was
bad enough when you had the social pages and you had the paid photographer who'd be at the nightclub or the social pages, and then you'd go, I think I got my photo taken.
Oh, no. See, I thought that was good.
Check myself in the in the
thought
paper.
that was good. I thought that was good. I enjoyed that because it helped me retrace my footsteps.
Oh, that's where I went.
And so
there I am again at this other venue.
What do you mean, like social page? You were in the social pages. Well, the thing with the social pages for the Canberra Times, there was a window of about, I think, maybe 3 or 4 years where a friend of mine was the photographer for the social pages of the Canberra Times.
You were in there a lot.
I was in there
actually. That explains.
Week. Every week I was in the social pages of the Canberra Times.
He gets around, that guy, doesn't he?
Yeah, my friend Chris was taking the photos.
Very popular.
And so I was able to retrace my footsteps that way. So it's like, and I've got no photos. I don't own any photos, but in the archives of the social pages of the Canberra Times from probably about, I would say, 2001 to 2004 or 5.
All your adventures captured.
Absolutely.
Forever.
Sporadically. You could tell the weekends I was out and I was tying one on because I'd always be in the social pages.
Yes, in a number of venues.
But it wasn't, it's definitely not as glamorous as what it sounded.
I don't think that's a thing anymore. But now.
Social pages? Well, no, not really.
Because I used to have a thing in my mind.
You know what? It is. It is.
Is it?
Yeah, it is a thing, but it's in those free newspaper type magazines that you get in the front of the supermarkets. And it's just a bunch of f***ing real estate agents all standing around being wankers. So I guess they're not really a thing. They're more of an advertorial thing these days, if you know what I mean.
But it's a little bit more dangerous because you never know who's recording what and uploading it where. And then on the flip side of that, people actually make fake scenarios to put on social media.
Yeah, like
it happens a lot, and
ones.
Particularly at the gym. Gym encounters.
Gym encounters.
So many of those are fake where you see, someone like a guy tapping a girl on the shoulder and saying, how much longer are you going to be, and being quite rude. Yeah. A lot of those are staged just for views.
Yeah, and the gold digger ones as well with the guy's got the expensive car and he goes and propositions a female and she won't have anything to do with him and then he goes to get into the expensive car and they're like, wait, is this your car? Oh. And then they're like, yeah, and it's like, you're a gold digger, you're not coming in the car. And it's like, I don't know, they've done it thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of times and it's all staged and it's all rubbish. But when I'm out on the street, if I see somebody doing something with their phone and they're holding it at an angle where it could be perceived as them filming me.
You just jump out of the shot.
I'm not super comfortable with that. Do you know what I mean?
It's dangerous, yes.
Yeah, and people can film in public and that's fine, but I don't like being filmed.
How are you with people filming at the gym?
Themselves? I've got no problem with people filming themselves at the gym as long as they're filming themselves in a way where it's not really obvious that there's a lot of people in the background, if you know what I mean.
Or if they're not
find a spot
wasting
to film
equipment
yourself.
and like getting the perfect angle and just taking
because I understand. I do understand that it's not all for vanity. Well, there's a degree of there's not even a degree of vanity. That's not a fair thing to say about going to the gym. And I know a lot of people would judge people and say that, but it's more about being healthy than anything.
Well, I've got to film for my trainer so she can check my form, and she gives me feedback.
That's what I was going to say.
Terrible. But I feel nervous and I'm always worried that someone's going to come up to me and tell me off for filming. So I hide my camera and poke it out of the corner of my bag so no one can see it. And I always make sure I'm right in the corner and there's no one behind me because I'm terrified of getting yelled at.
That's probably more conspicuous, I think.
More of a concern.
Because it looks like you're trying to do something nefarious, sneaking away over in the corner. But I'm still not comfortable. Like, I don't understand why they do it and I don't mind that they do it, but I'm not comfortable being around it. Like, I don't want to be in the shot.
I don't want to be in the background.
Do you know what I mean? But that's a generational thing, and it's too early to open up the boombox. But it is a generational thing where, like, I feel like anyone who's been brought up with reality TV and all of that sort of stuff, and now YouTube and all of this stuff, knows instantly how to perform for the camera, and they just do it. They just go into this thing that appears to be a character.
And share everything.
Yes.
Everything.
Oh, but the hatches, matches, and dispatches clue not so hideous, and this is the little thing that we do to hook you through to the end of the show. A celebrity birth, death, or marriage. What did we?
Death.
Oh wow.
Yes, that's unfortunate.
Well, at least we're not doing filler content, I guess, or they'd probably fill in her a hole. A celebrity that died that said this.
Actually, I plan to live to at least 100.
We'll find out what they made it to at the end of the show.
26th of September 2005. US is obviously already reeling from the fallout of the Iraq War when 22-year-old Army reservist Lynndie England became the face of one of the darkest scandals. She was one of several soldiers, and we spoke about this one last year, I think it was, photographed abusing Iraqi detainees at Abu Ghraib prison in 2003. The photos were taken, but they were then leaked and shocked the world in 2004. Those infamous images of naked prisoners on leashes, and there were the pyramids of naked bodies, and just all kinds of terrible, terrible images.
Yeah, it was super gross, and everyone remembers her face. Like, she was the face of it. She was the smiling US young female soldier that was holding the leash in some of the photos and standing next to some of these people as they were being humiliated. And it was, I think if you remember back in 2004 was when CBS on 60 Minutes, it was Dan Rather, I think it was, he broadcast those photos, and then everyone went crazy around the world, and there was lots and lots of outrage. We spoke about it, obviously, a little bit last year, about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, and then there was a series of court-martials, and some of the soldiers had already been trialled.
Yes.
I think her then boyfriend, Charles Grainer, had been sentenced to 10 years earlier in 2005. And then we get to September 26, 2005, and she is found guilty, sentenced to 3 years in prison and dishonourably discharged.
Yeah, and she argues there's a few documentaries about her and stuff, because she's kind of, I guess, tried to cash in a little bit on it and I guess make the best of what is a very bad situation for her. I mean, I don't know how you can talk your way out of this sort of thing when those stage photos, you're like front and centre of those stage photos. But she thinks, or she claims, that she did it all for love.
I'm just trying to let people understand more or less that I wasn't actually involved in anything other than being in the pictures. It's just like a really sad love story, really, because, you know, if it wasn't for Grainer, like I said, I wouldn't have even have been over there in that section. And I didn't want to be in the pictures, any of them. And I told them that, you know, I was like, no, I'm not going to go over there and stand by this guy or do this or that. And what does he do? He pulls the old, if you love me, you'll do this. I'm sorry I was in the picture. I'm sorry I was posing in the picture, you know, there. You know, I'm sorry that happened to them. I would just hope that people realize that I am a human being, and, you know, people make mistakes.
Yeah. I'm not buying it.
Seem too sorry though, does she?
Well, it's all about I'm sorry I was in the pictures, and it's like Grainer manipulated me, and it was like, if you love me, you'll do it. And I'm just not buying that. I mean, if you see another human being on the end of a dog leash being humiliated and abused, and you think it's okay to stand next to them and smile as somebody else takes a photo. Like, whether you're in love with someone or not, or the person taking the photo is someone you're in love, I'm sorry, well, both of you should go to jail.
And then she also says, I just want everyone to remember that I'm a human being. What about the human beings in the photos?
Yeah, did you remember that they were human beings?
Yeah, exactly. I think the court rejected the idea that she was simply a pawn. I don't think they bought it either. She ended up serving about half of her 3-year sentence before being released in 2007.
Yeah. I think too, like these days, it's you know, she's actually more of that symbol of systemic failure, because it's like those abusive tactics that they were involved in, they were linked to a lot of policies and pressures that allegedly ran much higher up the chain of command. And she's just a low-ranking, like almost reservist, you know, and she became the face of it and a bit of a scapegoat.
She's the one that everybody remembered.
Yeah, and I mean, the bloke that she was with wasn't much higher up either. They're still kind of grunts in the grand scheme of things. So they were certainly made scapegoats in that regard. But, I mean, you know, it's the first time I've kind of seen in modern warfare examples of people that you perceive as being the good guys committing war crimes. And I think that was the most shocking thing about it. So it's, you're never going to shake that. It's like that saying, you one goat. Anyway, let's go to, it's not a good way to lead into this story. This is a terrible story. If we go to the 1st of October, 2005, I don't think any of us could believe that this happened a second time in Bali, where 3 suicide bombers struck the tourist areas in Bali, targeting Warung's beachside in Jimbaran and a restaurant in central Kuta.
A company's beachside party is filmed alongside hundreds of other tourists dining on the island of the gods, just moments before Bali once again descended into butchery and mayhem. There's a first blast 50 metres away, confusion for an instant, then total chaos.
There were 2 bombs, and the bombs were within maybe a minute of each other. And, it was so loud. It was just, I don't know, none of us could believe it. It was like, hey, this is not happening. This is not going to happen again.
And yet it did. I do remember it, but I feel like when you look at the long game, when you look at it like now in 2025, obviously there was the recent Bali bombings, which we all reflected on, and it made the news and stuff like that. I'm really interested to see in this week, because at the time of recording we're a little bit ahead of the game, but I'm really interested to see if that much attention is given to this, like how distant a memory has this particular one become? And I'm not downplaying it at all, please. Like it is equally as bad. Like it was terrible. We had 20 civilians killed, more than 100 injured, and including the bombing suspects as well, because they used backpacks. They came into these venues wearing backpacks that were loaded with shrapnel and explosives. And I think it was Jemaah Islamiyah, Al-Qaeda again.
The extremist group, yeah.
And I think, the police captured all of this. It was all documented on video footage that they were able to salvage, so they were very quickly able to identify who it was. But I think the big thing was that we were just so shocked that it had happened again.
How could it have
I think
happened?
when you're somebody who may have been over there as well, you would be thinking to yourself, okay, we're going to Bali, there was a terrorist attack there, but surely everyone's learned.
It's been a little while now, a couple of years.
It's like, New York. New York's really safe now after the terrorist attacks there. New York's really safe, right? So if there's a terrorist attack somewhere, what's the odds of lightning striking twice? And the sad fact of the matter is, when it comes to terrorism, very likely and very high, especially if they're in an environment where they can continue to commit these sort of atrocities. And that was just probably the most unfortunate thing that happened this week.
Over to sport. On the 25th of September 2005, Renault driver, as he was at the time, Fernando Alonso becomes
Fernando Alonso,
the youngest ever Formula One champion when finishing third behind McLaren rivals Pablo Montoya and Kimi Räikkönen. We saw didn't we see his car at the thing?
What thing?
The thing we went to.
What thing?
At the thing.
Project Supercars thing.
Wasn't there one that had his name on it?
Yes, Kimi Räikkönen's old
that was
car was there. That was very exciting.
So he came third, but he's still the champion, so he must have had the most points, right?
He was. So, and this is
24.
This is a season where Schumacher and Ferrari's dominance has sort of come to an end, and Alonso clinches the championship at this Grand Prix as a result, which is great. 24 years and 58 days old. Massive for him.
He's not the race winner, but today belongs to Alonso.
I think I'm extremely happy, and it's a very emotional day for me. I came from a country with no tradition in Formula One, and I fight alone basically because I had not any help from anybody all my career, and I arrived in Formula One thanks to the results in the previous categories, and thanks to my sponsors, and now I think this title is the maximum I can achieve in my life, in my career, and it's thanks to 3 or 4 people, not more than that.
I love him. Even that, he's like,
got the attitude back then too.
I do this to myself.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
have no
he
money.
did it
I'm not
himself.
a little spoilt rich brat like some of these others.
Well, he wasn't born into it because of the country he's from, but he certainly did well. That's what I love about Fernando Alonso. He doesn't pull any punches.
Oh, no.
He speaks his
zero
mind.
really.
And he's very self-assured. And, well, that's all Formula One drivers. They've got very high opinions of themselves. They're very confident.
Yeah, but they're not. Most of them aren't wankers about it.
You can be confident and not cocky.
I actually quite like. There's none
Some
of
of
them
the
where I
younger ones
just-
are a bit cocky. Fernando's like he was confident then, but he also had a bit of anger. That's what I like about Fernando Alonso. He's got a bit of aggression.
Yes.
There's a bit of mongrel in him.
Yes, so
And you can hear it.
he ended Schumacher's 5-year streak and was a fresh face to the sports elite. His record stood for 36 months until Sebastian Vettel broke it in 2010 at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And he won at 23 years and 134 days.
Yes, but I mean, they're all they're getting
It
younger
is-
and younger,
it is,
aren't they?
Yeah,
really?
it is the trend, isn't it? The younger
But
ones.
what I love about this is you go to 2025, Fernando Alonso has not only maintained his position, he's still racing in Formula One. That's a long time. 20
It is.
years, a long time for a bloke to be in Formula One for. But he's gone from being the youngest champion to now the oldest active driver on the grid, which is great. Like he turned 44 in July this year. He's racing for Aston Martin. His contract has been extended till the end of the 2026 season. So he's at least got another season in him.
45, yeah.
I mean,
Good on him.
I don't know that's very common for drivers to last that long.
Well, who's he? No, what's his name's in his 40s?
Who?
The
Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought he was like 20
I
something.
know, he looks so young.
So young,
He's
doesn't he?
Don't start comparing
it well.
how the drivers look because Fernando gets a bit particular about how he looks.
Doesn't he do it? On the Drive to Survive, didn't he do his makeup or something before they were filming him?
Yeah,
There
I
was
think
something
so.
he was
wanted
doing.
to make sure
I
he
love
looked,
him.
He looked
Oh,
young
he's
to keep
great.
up with all the younger
Yeah.
drivers. He is one of my favourites. Well, I like all of them for their personalities and even the villains and stuff. I love the whole thing, the theatre of it all. But Fernando is just sensational. So we start talking about old people and then we just open the boombox. Is that how it works? Like,
Yes.
Not that 44 is old, Fernando, by the way. But anyway,
No.
the
It's
boombox.
the new 20.
It is.
New 18.
Well, he's not a boomer, is he? He'd be Gen X. No.
No, he'd be a millennial.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, wow. Now I do feel old. Well, that's good because this is the segment where you can air your old person yells at sky boomer style complaints as we open up the boombox. And I say that as if it's almost judgmental, but it's not meant to be because it's free from judgment, this place. It's safe. It's comfortable. You're allowed to do it without some young smartass turning around going, okay, boomer. You just say it. And we'll back you up. We've got you back. And
You're
you can
among
send in your boom.
friends.
Send in your boom via the socials, T-20 podcast, Facebook, Instagram, probably the best two places to do that. So kind of connected. We are on TikTok occasionally and YouTube is a wasteland, but we're on there too. But just Facebook, Instagram, probably the best two spots. Yeah.
I feel like you spend forever setting up the boom and the boom itself goes for about 5 seconds.
I know.
That's a
I know.
lot.
Well, it's,
You
it's
shared
kind
a
of,
lot then.
It's kind of, that's what I used to, are you invalidating my position?
No,
within the show?
you just explained it for a while. That's
Did
all.
I?
Yeah, it just
Okay.
went for a while. And I just feel like that's a big setup for one sentence.
Well, it better be a good boom.
Oh, no, I'm nervous
Well,
now.
I'm nervous for them too. Who sent it
Myron.
in? Myron.
Myron.
Not Myron. Is there a hot Myron or is it Myron? It's Myron.
Not your Ron, Myron.
Okay, well, what does Ron have to say?
I still say my phone number twice whenever I leave voicemails as if people can't see the number because I belong in the early 90s.
That's very good.
I do that.
Either that or you're an old radio announcer.
You say like blah, 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 blah. That's blah, 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 blah.
That number again.
Yeah. Yeah. I do that.
I do repeat it. But you know what? I think that's a sign of Yes, age a little bit, experience a lot, and intelligence.
Manners.
And also courtesy. Yes, manners, courtesy, empathy for the other person.
Because you may not have had a pen and paper ready to go the first time they said the number.
I don't think there has ever been an occasion where I've given someone my phone number and on the first go through they haven't f***ed it up.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm there for him.
And even if you did have a pen and paper, you listen to the second one, you do a validation, you double check.
Yeah.
Thank you, Myron.
Thank you, Myron. And if you want to send in your booms, don't forget T-20 podcast. That address again, T-20 podcast. Let's go to music. Music.
Same again this week for Australia and the UK.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me?
Oh, yeah.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me? Don't you?
You tell him, Nicole.
Don't you, baby? Don't you?
Yeah.
All right, sing. Don't you wish your girlfriend was raw like me?
Raw.
I thought after last week you might have got a little bit embarrassed by that.
Loving
and
it.
Cut it short.
No. Oh, what? Should I? I'm out there and I'm loving it. Raw. It's so good.
Is it? Don't you wish your girlfriend was raw like me or wrong? I thought it was wrong like me.
No, it's raw.
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 It was like
raw.
wrong like me. And I'm
Raw.
like, why wrong?
Wrong.
Yeah.
What, you mean like they're just like got a club foot or something?
They got the answer, but they got the phone number wrong because they only recited it once.
Yeah, that's probably a bit better than.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, cool. Well, not saying that a club foot is wrong. I mean, it probably feels a bit wrong if you've got it. It's wrong that you have it. You don't deserve it. But yes, anyway, we'll press on before I dig myself in.
Let's go to the US.
Don't you wish your boyfriend knew how to do this job correctly?
Who's gonna take your place? There ain't nobody better. Oh, baby, baby, we belong together. You love my lady love. My hump, my hump, my hump. My humps, they got you. She's got me spinning. I ain't never had nobody do me like you.
Now I done been with different kind of girls. Feel like I done seen them all, but ain't none of them at all.
Like you. Shake it off. 'Cause the love, it ain't the same. And you keep on playing games like you know I'm here to stay.
I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down.
Oh, me.
Yeah, get down, girl. Go ahead, get down.
Kanye, still number one.
Uh-huh.
Gold Digger. Mariah, number two, Shake It Off. Bow Wow, Like You, number three. New entry, number four, which we'll chat about in just a moment. And Mariah, drifting out of the top five. We Belong Together, number five.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's all right. She might hang in there for a little bit.
Maybe. But we do have a new entry, My Hump, My Hump, My Humps by the Black Eyed Peas.
You love my lady love. My hump, my hump, my hump. My humps, they got you. She's got me spending. Oh, spending all your money on me and spending time on me. She's got me spending. Oh, spending all your money on me.
A song about a woman using her chesticles to
Her lovely lady lumps.
to take advantage. Well, not take advantage of, I guess,
Well, she's spending all his money because she's got some lovely lady lumps, I think is the premise, isn't it?
And he's investing. And he's investing.
But I think
heavily in
he's
that as well.
willingly participating.
That's exactly
He's
right.
like, I like your lady lumps. Have some
It's about
money.
a transactional relationship
based on breasts.
And the terms and conditions have been outlaid by the two parties and they're both very comfortable with it. So who are we to judge?
I think the lady lumps are also her butt.
Oh,
I think
really?
There's a number of lumps.
There's several humps.
There's a few lumps that are being referred to
Really?
throughout that song.
You know?
Yes. I watched the video clip. And
Really?
They were lumping around.
Any sort
as
of
well.
like, I don't know, just around those areas, like a sebaceous cyst kind of around
no
the chin
acne,
or on the
no,
neck.
there's no acne or
Something on the back.
infected mosquito bite. No,
Yeah.
that doesn't count as a lovely lady lump. No.
That's not a lovely lump.
That's not a
anyway,
lovely
so-
lady lump.
Check it out.
Third single from Monkey Business. Immediately controversial everywhere.
Yeah.
All the Walesers hate it.
Oh,
They
yeah.
thought
Well,
it
it's a
was-
song about
that's-
tits, isn't it?
That's stupid and it's
yeah.
dumb and it's awful and we hate it.
So, and as a
But
consequence,
people
the
liked
kids
it.
loved it.
Fans.
They loved the kids loved it.
Kids loved it. Yeah, they thought it
I
was
mean,
great.
you know how we feel about the Black Eyed Peas. Everyone knows how we feel about
We
the Black
do,
Eyed
yeah.
Peas.
So I kind of just stopped listening.
Just a bunch
But
of but yeah.
it was built on a song a loop from a song from 1979 called Sexy by Blue Beat. I tried to find it on the internet. It wasn't on the internet.
That's good because I was getting really stressed then.
No,
because when
I
you
couldn't
do
find
that,
it.
like it's usually like it happens after I've sort of gone in and done some pre-production, and then you'll say that you'll do a bit more research and be like, oh, there's this sample from this song. You'll be like, did you get that?
And
I'm like, oh.
Supposed to get
I didn't,
that.
and then I have to
No,
get it in
you weren't,
post.
because I tried, because I thought, I'm going to put that in there and then he's not going to pay attention and get it. So I'll get it and I'll put a link in there and it'll be blue and he'll notice it and then he'll get it.
I will
But
if
I
it's
couldn't
blue.
find it.
Yeah,
couldn't
I will.
find it.
Well, that's good.
So there you go.
Okay.
Lyrics are
Relaxing.
slammed as juvenile, but also very catchy. And Lady Lumps was a legitimate phrase for about 2 years. I think the song's going to come back now. I think we're going to see it on the TikTok.
Another
now that
My
it's-
Humps.
No, I think it's going to have a resurgence.
Did you say the TikTok or the TikTok? Because that's I mean for a time
Same
there,
thing, same
for a time
deal.
there, that's all that TikTok is. Do you know what? I don't know if it's because I'm a male or what, and I don't know what the algorithm's doing, but I'm going to expose myself a little bit here. Check it out.
It's always lovely, Lady Lumps, on all of your social media.
Like, this is,
yes, I know.
I find this very embarrassing.
But
So-
you must have looked at something at some point. You started the algorithm yourself.
I think it's really natural for a man to slow down, at least to slow down. And even if he knows that he's going to get in trouble, like it is a hard thing not to look.
Well, it's your
At
fault.
lovely Lady Lumps, okay.
your
But
fault.
I have to say that I'd like to at least be able to use some discretion. But when I go onto Instagram and I have no idea why, and I'm just going with it now, and it's actually really great. But I press the search thing, and it shows me
tit.
It shows like just breasts,
Lovely Lady
everywhere,
Lumps.
breasts, and then Gollum from Lord of the Rings, and a couple of wrestlers, and what looks like a fight in prison, and then lots and lots and oh, there are so many breasts.
Wow.
Like just so many. It's like, and I can't look at that. I cannot open that. Like if I was on public transport, I could not open that up and search for anything
Someone
on
would
Instagram.
film you and put you
I would have
on
to,
social media going, look at this perv.
So fast just to get into that search bar and try and get rid of the humps that are all over my Instagram. And honestly, I obviously have slowed down or looked at something and I continue to. But I would wager.
Reread the caption and some of the comments.
I would wager that the amount of, I'm looking at a 99% rate of men that probably have exactly the same thing. I guarantee it.
Whereas mine's all death content. Mine's all rest in peace because
Oh my God.
I had one like memorial post and I thought, it's serving this up to me, so maybe it's someone I know. So then I dug deep in the feed to find out who it was and what had happened.
Yeah.
And I didn't know them. It was just a suggested for you. But because I went so deep into their thing and I was reading the comments, it thinks that I'm just interested, and all I get is RIP content now. Yeah, it's very depressing. So I'm not on the Instagram as much because I just can't deal with it. I get really upset because it's just all death.
I promise you. If
You've got tits and I've got RIPs.
If you even go like
maybe I need to look at a boob.
within cooey of a titty,
I need to go and look at one boob and that'll fix
it'll
it.
just start raining lady lumps all over you. She's got me.
Check it out.
It'd just be raining all over you.
Maybe that's the trick. Okay. We had an album release, a very big album release actually.
Oh yeah, I don't mind these guys.
I chime in with a haven't you people ever heard of closing a damn door? No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of voice and rationality. I chime in, haven't you people ever heard of closing a damn door?
Did you like that? When I started that, I was
odd.
like, yeah, but did you, like, I was like, I don't mind these guys because I thought if I say I like them, it'd ruin my credibility.
Oh, okay.
So I don't mind them.
okay.
I don't mind them because I don't want to kind of be, I would hate for you to think that I'm emo.
Get out the guy line and the black nail polish.
Oh, I just don't want to get a whole bunch of emo content pushed to me now on Instagram.
No. It'd be kind of like the RIP content.
Although,
it sounds
emo
odd
with big norks would be
closing the door bit
Oh, yes.
blurred out. That sounds weird.
Oh, because he's closing. I must have.
In Australia, we got the goddamn door, didn't we?
Yeah, well, we say
Closing the
goddamn here,
door.
but on this American version, it's.
I chime in with the haven't you people ever heard of closing a damn door?
Closing the pause damn door.
That
it's
sounds
quite
really
odd.
weird, doesn't
It's
it?
very strange. They just don't say goddamn. I think they see it as blasphemy. It's like God's damning you to hell, I guess.
Yeah,
and that's
well.
I don't know. I mean, but they can still shoot people.
I do feel like the meme that came out about this, these days I'm all panic and no disco. Like, yeah.
That's me.
Yeah, that's me.
Definitely all panic and no disco.
So the debut studio album, Fever You Can't Sweat Out, was released this week, 20 years
by
ago.
Panic at the Disco.
By Panic at the
Did we
Disco.
mention that it was Panic at the
Yes, we
Disco?
did.
It took us a while to get to that.
Yes, all panic, no disco.
Yes, yep.
They were formed in 2004 by they're in Vegas, childhood friends, Ryan Ross, Spencer Smith, and Brendan Urie.
Yes.
And Brent Wilson.
He's the singer, Brendan Urie.
Do you know how they... Oh, Uri.
Yeah.
Uri sounds better.
Urie.
Do you know how they got their big break? They sent some demos to Pete Wentz of Fall Out Boy via LiveJournal on MySpace.
They were one of those MySpace bands.
They sent it to him
Well, they
through
used MySpace
as like
as
a
a carriage
messenger.
service
Yes, as a
to
carrier
groom
pigeon.
Pete Wentz. Yes.
And he then flew to Vegas and then signed them to his label. And then all of a sudden they're label mates with Fall Out Boy, and then they've released this debut album, and it's pretty good.
There's a co-headlining tour that everyone's going to be happy with that. Both
I'd go
bands
to
sound
that.
very similar.
I'd go.
Yeah, I'd go. Sure, I'd go just to have a
I like
look.
both. I like both of them.
I don't mind either of them. I just like the
Dance punk, pop punk.
I liked it was just a bit different, you know. I think
Theatrical.
it was pop, but it was still a bit different.
And theatre emo.
This is the thing with metalheads, right? Is we like music that tells stories, and even though that was a poppy kind of thing, it still told a
Still
story.
stories,
And if
yeah.
it tells a story, I'm down with it. If it's like it's like back in the day, if a musician started a song with "Let me tell you a story," I'm like, I'm in. Let's go. I'll get my jammies on. I'll clean my teeth. I'll get tucked into bed, and you can tell me a story. I'd love that. I find a lot of comfort in music that tells stories.
So the song that you played earlier, that I Write
Yes.
Sins Not Tragedies, they're closing the goddamn door.
Yes.
That song that was from the album, but it wasn't actually released until 2007. And
Oh,
that
really?
went to number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100.
It's definitely their most
Won
famous song.
VMA for Video of the Year.
Yes.
There were a few other songs. What was there? The only difference between Martyrdom and Suicide is press coverage.
Oh, they're starting to do
like
that.
the big long titles.
This is like they're hanging out with the Fall Out Boy guys, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Listen, guys, if you
You
want
need
to
to add
make
a
it in
few
this
more
emo
words."
business, you
Yeah.
got to write really long song titles."
Yes. So then they started doing that. And they became pretty big over the years.
Yeah, they have. I think the critics found it very over the top, but like I said, like a lot of other people thought it was quite original. And I have to say, for like pop, I thought it was pretty, and that pop emo punk sort of melding, I thought it was good. And I liked all the drama and even the campiness of it. It was pretty camp, I think.
I liked their outfits too. They dressed well.
The unfortunate thing about it, though, is that it's a bit of a karaoke staple, and I think that anyone apart from Brendan Urie singing that is diabolical. Like it's a bad time, especially a bunch of drunk bogans all doing it at karaoke.
Yes.
With Australian accents. I chimed in. Haven't you people ever heard of closing the God? We can say goddamn in our country. Transition over to the box office. We've panicked at discos enough. It's time to get out of that
Yes.
and go to the movies.
I think we're getting on a plane, aren't we?
We are.
Flight Plan is number 1 at the US box office.
Did you happen to see a little girl go by here? No.
I'm looking for my daughter. She's 6, my daughter. I was carrying her. She has sandy hair. She's probably carrying a chenille bear. We can't find my daughter.
Does anybody remember seeing the girl?
No. No, sir. What aren't you telling me? What aren't you telling me?
I'm sorry, but I don't think that she's here. What? Ma'am, we don't have any record of your daughter ever having been on board.
I put her in the seat next to me, 26A.
26A is unoccupied.
Her backpack's missing. Somebody has her. Captain, I have to speak to you.
Get every passenger seated. Open every closet, every bin.
She's disturbed. She's making the passengers anxious.
You've got to search the holds now!
Every one of my flight attendants are looking for a child that none of them believe was ever on board.
Who's she talking to?
We're not going to discuss this in the middle of the cabin.
Where's my daughter? Where is she? Where is she?
According to the director at the morgue, your daughter died 6 days ago.
What?
Our air marshal is going to escort you back to your seat.
You know she's alive. You know she's on this plane.
Why didn't anybody see her?
I don't know. My daughter is alive.
So chilling.
Ooh.
So chilling. Jodie Foster. This is such a Alfred Hitchcock style film. Very, very cool. She plays a recently widowed propulsion engineer who's going on this new fandangled plane with her daughter.
From Berlin to New York with her daughter
that's right.
Julia.
Peter Skarsgård's in there.
There's
got a Skarsgård as Carson, the air marshal.
That's not the one from the vampire show, is it? That's a different.
Oh, it's one of the Skarsgårds. Which one's Peter? Peter Skarsgård.
I don't think he's the vampire one. I think that's the other Skarsgård, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Alexander Skarsgård.
Ah, yes.
I mean, there's a Peter Skarsgård. Peter
There's a few of
Skarsgård's
them.
slightly older.
There's a few.
Yeah, he's a slightly older.
But they look
Skarsgård.
similar.
They
don't
do. The Skarsgårds. There's definitely a family resemblance.
It's very strong genes.
It's very strong genes in the Skarsgårds. And then Sean Bean, who was the captain of the plane.
So mid-flight, Julia disappears, and
Yes.
crew and passengers insist she was never on board. There's no record of the ticket, no evidence that she boarded, and then the panic. And is she losing her mind from the recent widowing?
Yes.
Or is there a
There's big
conspiracy going on?
Do we want to spoil it, or should we just go?
I feel that if you were going to watch it, you probably would have watched it by now. So go for it.
Well, the child,
Twist.
it's like
a twist you never saw coming.
This is like the film is a masterclass in gaslighting, basically, because the child is on board. They're like, no, the child's not on board. You're losing your mind, and then they get everyone in on the story. You know, it's like it's a killer gaslight. And again, this is why I think it's very Hitchcockian. But Julia's on board. The air marshal and a flight attendant conspired to kidnap her and frame Jodie Foster's character as this unstable person. And then they were going to use that. They do something about, I think, extorting money and planting explosives on the plane. I don't know if but she gets them and she rescues the kid and proves she's not crazy and saves the day. And they all live happily ever after, except for the bad guys.
It was a hit.
Yeah, it was good.
It grossed.
I just can't quite remember how it ended. Except for the fact that the kid...
she finds the kid and outsmarts them.
Yes.
Proves she's not crazy. That's how it ends.
Mm-hmm.
Worldwide, it grossed over $220 million off a $55 million budget.
Yep.
It was mixed reviews from the critics. Rotten Tomatoes, the critics gave it 38%.
Yeah.
But people liked it.
I like it when they try and set something on something like a plane for the entire film. You've got to get pretty crafty. You realise that these ones, they're like, well, it's a plane, but it's pretty big, so they can go to a lot of places on the plane. But I mean, you've had snakes on a plane, you know, you've had Soul Plane.
Yes.
And there was a one, and it was a vampire on a plane. That was a great one, the vampire on the plane.
Oh, goodness.
What was it called? I can't remember.
Did it have a Skarsgård?
Red Sky or something like that. It didn't have a Skarsgård.
Should have.
Yeah, well, maybe if you were wearing a Skarsgård, then the vampire couldn't get you. I don't
You
know.
were
Oh,
safe.
no, it's all right. You can't bite me. I've got my Skarsgård on.
Phew. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is number one here in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And on the small screen, look, there wasn't a lot of premieres because we had all those big premieres last week over in the US. So there wasn't much going on US-wise. But we had a nice little show pop up on Australian television because we were celebrating 50 years of television here in Australia this time 20 years ago.
And your host, Eddie Maguire.
Good evening and welcome again to television. The goggle box, as they used to call it, has become very much part of our lives. We've woken up to the Super Flying Fun Show and gone to bed with Graham Kennedy. We've laughed at Mavis, Gunston and Hoags. We've wept for Grace, Molly and Maggie. We've screamed for JOK, Normie and Farnsey. We were shocked as Michael Cole dropped the word and riveted as Abigail dropped her gear. And since TV began in Australia, we've seen 10 Prime Ministers, 5 Popes and nearly 20 million TV critics. And some of those critics, along with a panel of TV industry heavyweights, performers, writers, directors and producers, have come up with a definitive list of the 50 all-time great Aussie shows. Tonight we celebrate 50 years by counting down those shows. Just what will be ranked number one in our television history? Well, you're going to have to wait to find out.
Half a century of television, half a century of television
Big
in
deal.
this country, and the best that they can put forward is Eddie f***ing Maguire.
We loved him as a host 20
Did
years
we?
ago. We
See,
did.
I just know because
Who wants to be a millionaire?
is that your final answer? Because really,
I'm not saying I did. I'm speaking as the royal we,
Okay.
Australians.
Australia had a thing
You know,
for Eddie
and
Maguire.
footy. There's the footy connection.
I think Eddie Maguire had a thing going with some of the executives, and that's how allegedly, and that's how he got.
Be careful.
What?
Be careful with Eddie.
Oh, he'd be
Don't
listening. Do
upset
you
him.
think? I don't think Eddie really cares. I like you've got dudes like with the big voiceover guys like your Pete Smiths and all of the and amazing journalists and all of that stuff, and then
I would have liked to have seen Hughesy
hosting 50 years of television.
Maybe.
What? No, Bert Newton.
Bert.
You know,
okay, yeah,
like-
Bert could have done it.
I don't know. He was okay still then. He wasn't sick, was he? Bert?
No, he was fine. He was
Yeah.
fine back then.
Just trotted out Bert.
Bert.
Must
And
have had to
Cac.
do with Channel 10, I think.
Cac.
Carrie Ann Kennelly.
They could have done it together.
Yeah.
Bert and Cat.
You know, I mean, God, even
And
Denise,
Ding Dong?
Denise Drysdale.
Yeah,
yes.
Ding Dong. Moira. Moira.
Anybody but Eddie Maguire. I'd even
Moira.
take Daryl Summers over Eddie Maguire.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
that
we
is
were
a
still
line
okay.
ball.
We were still okay with him back then.
He's still a bit of
weren't we?
a buffoon.
We were
but
all right with
yeah,
him.
I mean, I guess Australians do love a down-to-earth bumbling TV host, and 50 years of TV probably proved that.
Yes. So it was a countdown show.
Sorry, yeah,
of the
I
top
really went off
shows
on that, didn't I?
That was voted by audiences and critics. Probably voted for in TV Week magazine would be my guess.
Yeah, I mean, who's voting for that?
It wasn't just clips.
Yeah.
There was interviews, throwbacks, old footage. So the highlights included a lovely Neighbours montage.
Oh, yep.
Kylie, Guy Pearce, Margot Robbie.
Yep.
So many great stars on Ramsay Street. Catherine Kim, obviously.
Oh, that'd have to be.
yes.
That's peak Aussie humour.
Homicide.
Satire. Homicide, very popular show. Countdown. What about Countdown?
Countdown.
That was there. Watching Molly Meldrum bumble his way through. I couldn't stand Molly Meldrum on Countdown. I was just embarrassed.
Four Corners.
Yes.
Hey Hey It's Saturday was in there, obviously, as
Of
the
course.
variety show that defined weekend viewing.
Look, and as much as it's, Hey, it's certainly we've outgrown Hey Hey It's Saturday. We outgrew a Hey Hey It's Saturday, I remember when it was on TV, though. It was just the only thing that was on Saturday night. And so we look back at it very nostalgically, and there was a period where there was like peak Hey Hey It's Saturday where Hey Hey It's Saturday was great.
I used to watch Hey Hey It's Saturday before I'd go out clubbing.
Like,
I'd have to finish
there'd be
watching it.
peak
before
Hey
I could-
Hey.
Before Mum and Dad
And
would drive me to the
I don't know
nightclub.
if it coincided with puberty for me or whatever, but by the time I was about sort of 16, 17 years old and Hey Hey It's Saturday was still on, I was just like, oh, for God's
No, I
sake.
still loved it then.
No,
I still
became-
liked it.
I
I
became
enjoyed it.
really
Five,
like
I saw Five on there, and Peter Andre
couldn't
was on there.
stand it. And because they were always miming, they were never playing live, I couldn't
Oh,
stand
were
it.
they? I didn't even realise.
A lot of them were,
Didn't
yeah,
know.
yeah. So
I liked I
so
liked
Hey
it.
Hey, it just kind of fell out of favour with me.
I would have liked to have seen It's a Knockout in that list.
Absolutely.
Or Towards 2000, that then
Towards
became Beyond 2000.
into Beyond 2000, yeah.
That was a good show.
Yeah, that's like, have you heard Amanda Keller from Beyond 2000's story about Ozzy Osbourne? How she met Ozzy Osbourne when he was touring in Australia. And he's like, I know you. And she's like, what? And you're really starstruck. And Ozzy really likes documentaries, and he was a big fan of hers because he watched Beyond 2000.
I love that.
Isn't that the
I
best
love
story?
that.
That's so good. Yes,
And
but why
she's
would you-
wonderful too. She's
Amanda
such a,
Keller,
oh,
big fan of Amanda
great
Keller's.
person. She helped me flush the toilets at the radio awards.
Oh, right. You needed a bit
Didn't
of
know.
help. Would you block it up,
they were,
did you?
No, they were automatic.
Oh,
and
okay.
I finished on the toilet. I only did number one.
Oh, good.
And
Thanks for
well,
specifying.
I felt like I had to because I didn't want anyone to think I'd taken a dump with Amanda
At
Keller
the-
in the
at the
bathroom.
radio awards, sure.
Yes, yes.
I feel
so
like that's a better story, though.
I stood up.
Sure.
And I'm like, "Where's the button?
Yeah.
What the?" And then Amanda Keller's like, "Just walk out."
Oh, she's like, I got this. This is like a Beyond
This
2000 moment.
Yeah, we had
Wow.
these toilets on. No, she didn't say that, but I was like, And I must have been
Mel,
talking.
she
I
didn't
must
have
have been
to say
thinking
that.
out loud, and I
Yeah.
must have been like, "What are they?" And she's gone, "Just come out," and I'm like, "I can't just leave that there."
Yeah.
And I walked out, and then it flushed.
So, because she knows, because
She
she's
knew.
been beyond 2000.
She's like, "This is the future."
That's amazing.
It was
That's
good.
amazing.
It was
See,
good.
that definitely should have got a run. You know, like the Curiosity Show should have got a run on there.
Yes.
Dean and Rob. A lot of the
Mr.
ABC
Squiggle.
stuff. Well, yeah, Mr. Squiggle definitely. I think Mr. Squiggle did get a run
Yeah,
in the 50
surely.
years of TV. I think
Surely.
Curiosity probably did as well. Remember shows like Wombat?
What about Amazing?
Oh,
You know that James, was it James Sherry? And at the end, the kids had to go through the maze and find the flags.
yes. Oh yeah, I
Loved
didn't
that
really get
show.
into that. It was like Double Dare and that stuff when they started. to
Perfect
introduce-
Match.
Oh, that was great.
That
show.
should have been on there.
Yeah.
I liked it when they'd go on the holidays and then they'd hated each other and they came back and they'd be on the couch and they wouldn't even
It
talk
really
to each
was
other.
like, you know, they were like the golden years of that Australian television. And right now, I mean, if we look at it,
What
it's
have
like
we
now
got? Is there
70
anything?
years of Australian TV. It's kind of in the and I think they are all crying foul that streaming has kind of ruined it for them and all of that stuff. But I mean, the writing's been on the wall for a very, very long time for commercial television, and they could have done something if they'd acted sooner. And I think it was only very recently, like at the time of recording, they just last week at the time of recording, they were, I think they
That's
were at
right.
Parliament complaining because they didn't want to have or be taxed, or they wanted tax breaks. But they'd had a tax break, I think, or they weren't paying tax since COVID. They got
yeah.
that big reprieve, and then they're all crying foul. And it's like we can't. And then they want gambling revenue in much the same way that you know, some of the cable or pay-per-view networks can advertise gambling and stuff like that. Like there's certain laws on free-to-air TV where you can't do that. And
But I guess too,
there's
like,
also
the
the
money's not-
anti-siphoning as
the
well.
money's
Like
not
sport
there.
has really killed it.
The budget's not there to make all that Australian content.
There's no Australian.
either.
I mean, I feel like, and I sound, you know, get that boombox out again, but it's reality TV was cheap to make.
Yeah.
So they continued to do that. So then, and then people started to work their way around that. So people who are on reality TV have agents and they go to casting calls and all of that stuff, much the same way actors do, you know. And they're like, oh, I don't care. You know, I'll tick the boxes. Yeah, I can cook. Yeah, I could marry someone I don't know. Yeah, I don't
mind
know.
farmers.
Don't mind farmers.
Happy to go in a house.
Yeah, whatever.
I can sing as well.
Yeah.
Listen to me sing. I'm great. It pretty much is just reality at the moment, isn't it? There is not a lot of Australian production
No, there's
besides
no
Home
mini-
and Away.
Well, Home and Away is like probably, and well, Neighbours is still going though too now.
Is it?
Well, it stopped and then it started
It's
again.
started
I think.
back up, has it? I
As
thought
far
that
as
was
I know,
just reruns.
remember we used to have those big mini series though as well, like Underbelly and stuff. And the first couple of Underbellies were good, and then I
Yes.
felt like they kind of started to rush it. That's the other thing.
Even
as
Blue
well.
Heelers. I'd take Blue Heelers at this stage.
Yeah, I mean the ABC is probably the last place where you can get some good Aussie drama series and comedy as well. But even down to like variety and game shows and all of that stuff. It's you know, game shows aren't what they used to be.
No.
Bring back Sale of the Century. Bring back actual trivia shows where you have to answer
Oh,
questions.
catchphase. I liked Birdie's
Yeah, but not
catchphrase.
watching somebody play like that machine that you
Oh,
balance
the coin
coins
machine from the carnies.
on. That
yeah.
does my head in. How is that a fucking show? And it was stolen from America as well, which is even worse. It's time for books that we didn't read.
Definitely didn't read this one.
Didn't you?
Polar Shift.
No. No, I didn't read it either. What sort of thing is it? What genre are we looking at here?
End of the World.
End of the world. So apocalyptic kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe a bit of science.
A
I think
bit of
there's
science?
A bit of science in there.
Right, so apocalyptic science. Just bear
It's
with me.
to do with
a
like the
moment.
North and the South Pole. They do something weird to it that does
I
something.
just want to go through like the royalty free. Oh,
dramatic.
okay. This guy has done some copyright free stuff for YouTubers and stuff. His name's Evan King, and this particular track is called Titan Striker.
Perfect.
Does that work?
That sounds great.
Sounds good to me.
That does sound polary shifty. Yeah.
Yes, and my Titan has been struck. Okay, polar shift. Ready? Polar shift. It is the name for a phenomenon that may have occurred many times in the past. At its weakest, it disorients birds and animals and damages electrical equipment. At its worst, it causes massive eruptions, earthquakes, and climatic changes. At its very worst, it would mean the obliteration of all living matter. 60 years ago, an eccentric Hungarian genius, because that's what you need, eccentric Hungarian geniuses to discover things, and he discovered how to artificially trigger such a shift. That's not good.
No.
That's like Hungarians having weapons of mass destruction. Yeah. But then his work disappeared. Oh, thank goodness. Or so it was thought. Oh, no. Now the charismatic leader of an anti-globalization group plans to use it to give the world's industrialized nations a small jolt before reversing the shift back again. The only problem is, it can't be reversed. Once it starts, there is nothing anyone can do. Austin Zavala and the rest of the NUMA specialist, that's N-U-M-A, I'm not sure what that stands, specialist assignments team have certainly faced dire situations before, but they have never encountered anything like this. This time, even they may be too late. Wow. It's it's a lot, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm going to just... That synopsis sounded bad. I don't think this is a good book. There's a bit of stuff going on. I'm like, polar shift, the phenomena, it causes bad things, but then if it's really bad, it causes really bad things.
I read there was a lot of reviews that referred to dwarf mammoths.
What?
When they were fiddling with the polars,
Yeah.
the pole was shifting the polar.
They got
there was
little
a stampede of dwarf mammoths. Yes,
Are they
people
like...
it was problematic for a lot of people. Through the
well, they
reviews.
start trending on social media. Everyone's like, "Oh, I want to get one of those teacup mammoths," and then they get the teacup mammoth.
So cute, look at the
little teacup mammoth. And bring home the little teacup.
And then they grow really
know the teacup mammoth was a real full-size mammoth.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
It's the worst. and then
It's
they
also
give you a
really,
cough.
I need a lozenge.
Tanya, 1 star.
Yeah.
This book was so bad I donated it yesterday, then almost felt guilty for doing so, as the next reader is likely to be as disappointed as I was.
Wow. Yeah, you should have burnt it like any good fascist would. Jason, 1 star. Jason, I felt like I set my expectations pretty darn low, and Cussler. Oh, it's Clive Cussler, was it? Is that who wrote the book?
Yes. Oh, you know Clive.
Well, no, it's a Clive Cussler book, yeah, because he's in the C section of the... that sounds weird. In the C section of the bookshop. Yeah, we had to give it an epidural before we took that book out. Ah, dear. Cussler managed to play limbo with them.
That's his expectations.
Yeah,
He's playing limbo with the expectations.
scuttling beneath the bar. It's a very highbrow comment that was completely ruined by me, but I felt like mine was funnier. Okay.
Taylor, 3 stars.
Yeah.
I thought the book was an enjoyable stroll through the world of Clive Cussler.
Yeah.
Then my wife, a physics major, explained exactly why the plot of this story was not possible.
Oh, she ruined it. He's like, there's this thing called a polar shift.
The polar shift.
She's like, look, I
Taylor.
love that you really like to read, but
good reading.
Listen, I've got to tell you. Well, that's why it's called
not
fiction.
possible. But it's good to know we don't have to. That's one thing we
About
don't
a
have to
polar
worry
shift.
about.
Yeah, maybe.
We've got the bird flu and the swine flu and the COVID and all of those things going on. At least we don't have to worry about the polars shifting.
He also still gave it 3 stars, you know.
Well, he was enjoying it until wifey ruined it.
Yeah.
So he's probably talking about the bit before she truth bombed it and ruined it for him.
Christine gave it 3 stars. Christine gave it 3 stars. And she, I think it's 3 positive stars. And it's a very simple 4-word review. No graphic sexual content.
Well, maybe she took 2 stars off because there was
because there was none.
Maybe it would have been 5 stars.
Really?
There's a bit of
Maybe it's just like she gave it 3 stars because there was no graphic sexual content in there, but the rest of the book, so she's just like, I can't, you know. At least there was no sex in it, so I'll give it 3.
I don't know.
I don't know.
And I don't know if Christine's right because Stephen Chase gives it 5 stars and
Yes.
says, LOL. The funniest f***ing novel as an audiobook on CD ever. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation
Yeah, there's lots
mark,
of
exclamation
Okay,
mark.
yes, there's lots of those.
Balls. Exclamation mark, exclamation
Even
mark,
more
exclamation mark,
marks. Okay,
exclamation
yeah.
mark,
We get it,
exclamation
we get
mark,
it.
exclamation mark. But it's the tagging that's got me,
Oh,
and
so
it's the tagging
did
I
he
feel.
tag it?
He's done these tags.
He's done the tags for the book.
The equivalent of a hashtag on Goodreads.
In Goodreads, when you do a review,
You
much
can
like
tag it.
you can tag it
Like
so,
a hashtag,
so
but
that
it's not.
so that then if people are searching for
Yeah.
content, it's related to the
You
tag.
hyperlink.
Yes. Okay. Good. So what's
So Stephen Chase's tags on Polar Shift,
Yep.
actual hyphen f***ing hyphen and hyphen coming, adults hyphen only, nude hyphen Dick hyphen Tracy. Nude Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
Adults only. Christine, 3 stars. What are you talking about?
If they're your search terms?
I was too scared to click on it to see what would happen. I don't know what happens when you click on actual f***ing and coming.
I've got a fair
In
idea.
Goodreads?
I have a fair idea.
I don't know.
know what happens in Goodreads.
I don't know.
But see,
I didn't want to get banned
I'm
from
really
Goodreads.
interested. I'm really interested.
Well,
in
you
doing
go
that.
and look up Stephen Chase and see what happens.
I don't know. You put Stephen Chase and you get some very weird pictures in there. Stephen Chase. I'm probably good that we're getting to the end of the show after that.
It was a bit much, wasn't it?
It was a bit much. It's
Wasn't
hatches,
expecting that
matches,
in
and
the Polish
dispatches
shift.
time. Yes, no. Celebrity who passed away tragically, sadly. I don't know. A celebrity who passed away who said this.
Actually, I plan to live to at least 100.
Yeah. Did they make it? Well, not quite. Not quite. If you said Don Adams, my friends, you would be correct. Don Adams, the voice of Maxwell Smart and Inspector Gadget.
Yes. Died on the 25th of September 2005. He was born in 1923, so no, not quite 100, in his 80s. That's still pretty good.
Good enough.
He served in the US Marine Corps during World War II, nearly died of Blackwater fever, actually.
Did he? I didn't know that. I did not know that about him.
Then after the war, he started doing stand-up comedy and was very famous for his impressions and then obviously that nasal delivery of his that later became his signature.
Yes, Maxwell Smart, Get Smart from 1965 to 1970. That was the career-defining role for him. Of course, the secret agent who had the shoe phone in that Mel Brooks Buck Henry spy spoof show. The famous catchphrase, of course, would you believe we do that? I can't do it. And missed it by that much, and sorry about that, Chief. 3 consecutive Emmy Awards he won. He was also a voiceover artist. He did Tennessee Tuxedo in the cartoon series Tennessee Tuxedo in His Tales, but most famously...
Well, to us, for
was
us
Inspector
80s
Gadget.
and 90s kids. Yes, Inspector Gadget from 1983 to 1986. Basically, Maxwell Smart as a clumsy detective.
Yeah. 3 wives, married 3 times, father of 7 kids, known off screen as witty but a little bit private as well, too busy chasing women and getting married a lot, I guess, and having children. His daughter, actress Arlene Adams, predeceased him in 1982, which is a bit sad. He died on September 25th, 2005, from a lung infection at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. They all go to Cedars-Sinai, don't they? Medical Center in Los Angeles.
Isn't that also rehab there? I feel like that's
there's a lot of stuff there. It's a
thing. I think a lot of
multifaceted
people
hospital, multidisciplinary facility.
Good, that's good.
He battled lymphoma in his later years. He was buried at Hollywood Forever Cemetery, and one of the greatest comic icons on TV from the 60s, definitely. And people still love Get Smart. And I mean, that was inspiration for shows like Archer and movies like Austin Power, and of course, Go Gadget, whatever. But I just thought he was great.
Actually, I plan to live to at least 100. However, if it doesn't work out that way, I just want to say now that I don't want a big funeral. I don't want a lot of flowers or eulogies or anything like that. I'd just like a few of my close friends to get together and try to bring me back to life.
Yes, Don Adams, rest in peace. That is the end of the show. That is it for this week. We've got some stuff for you next week, but we're a little bit ill-prepared to discuss that. We'll meet you halfway. How does that sound? Come and find us on the socials. We can talk about it together. Send in your booms over there. Look for T-20 Podcast, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and now YouTube. Woo, how exciting. And thank you. Thank you. We've been doing over 200 episodes. There's 213 episodes.
Well, this would be like our 4-year anniversary.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit over. We started
Lots of
September
episodes.
2001, didn't we?
Yeah, and I don't think we've missed a week. I mean, I count the highlight episodes as a week.
There's
as well.
still effort involved there.
But we wouldn't be doing it if you weren't listening to it. So it's all
Thank
about
you.
and thanks heaps for that. And hopefully you can keep on keeping on, and we'll keep on keeping on. Tell your friends, bring them, and they can keep on keeping on with us. Thanks. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for taking the time to rewind. Join us next time for another week that was 20 years ago. In the meantime, come and reminisce on the socials. Search for T-20 Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.